When Twilight Zone, the original was canceled or decided to end it back in 1964, there was various thoughts or plots that were towards production stage but never became to fruition. Now, there's many key ones that Zachary talked about in his Twilight Zone companion. For some of you guys, there might be something new, but this is maybe a rehash. So we're going to go over a few of the unproduced scripts from the Twilight Zone, and you can look up for yourself through various means who came up with the ideas and why Serling maybe decided not to have been cost or whatever. Now, in the companion, Zachary mentions numerous canceled scripts. The first one is something called A Doll. Now, in this one, a man falls in love with a doll and finds a model who has fallen in love with a doll that looks like him. Again, he falls in love with a doll, but the model has fallen in love with a doll that looks like him. Sounds more like Night Gallery in Twilight Zone. Now, the gentleman be seated, a lot of people thought this was going to be done because sometimes Twilight Zone would have a tinge of humor. In this one, a society is based where laughter is illegal, but there is still underground humor. So, maybe somebody like Carl Reiner or Don Rickles could do their part. Now, the plot for What the Devil? Murderers are chased by the devil in a dynamite truck. I think for 1964 sensibilities, it wouldn't have been done, but it would seem a good visuals, kind of a Stephen King style. Now, this one is called Who Am I? A man finds his face has changed overnight, but nobody realizes it but him. Now, the Richard Klein episode where he started speaking a different language as everybody else is kind of like that, but like I said, this is just notes on the theme. But for me, one that should have been done is something called Pattern for Doomsday. It would have fit really well in the hour-long version. And this one, a bacteriologist, a psychologist, a philosopher, a mechanic, an artist, a singer, a con man, and a shady lady are selected to escape from Earth after an asteroid has been determined to be heading towards it. I think Earl Holliman as the con man would have been great. Now, of course, Many, Many Monkeys, which was done in the Canadian version, or what they call the third season of Twilight Zone, was adapted. And this one, folds of flesh are mutated and cover people's eyes in a future society. Now, for a lot of people, Gentlemen Be Seated would be probably the most perfect fit because you look at the fact that they had Carol Burnett and Orson Bean and other comedians that played different parts, Ed Wynn and his son as well. But I like that murders are chased by the devil in a dynamite truck because you can do a cold open where they're running away from the truck and you have somebody behind the wheel who seems very handsome like a Robert Redford type but is actually the devil. So and at the end he said, well, you have to take business in your own hands or something like that. I think it would have worked. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the Twilight Zone has always been a little bit off center when it comes to or the owners of the Twilight Zone imprint, Ann and Carol Serling especially, there were lots of scripts being considered, and time travel and all that. So Night Gallery had some of those for a while, but of course Jack Laird was pretty well the final say of the showrunner. Now, if Rod would have lived, he would have probably done something called the New Twilight Zone, or would have helped towards the movie. 75 wasn't too far off from 1983. I think you had Alfred Hitchcock Presents Tales of the Unexpected, where you use celebrity guests coming on. But the first season of Twilight Zone, the American version, like from Saturday onwards, there was a lot of good acting and good plot there. Of course, Helen Mirren was in that too, some other key actors. But I think the one where the devil is chasing down, his victims, I think I would love to see that sort of like maybe as part of a compilation like Creepshow. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's our Twilight Zone Thursday podcast for today. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, we have many Night Gallery and Twilight Zone essays and reviews on the channel. Please check us out. Let us know. Give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. As we like to say in Northern Brunswick, you're only as good as your last script. And Rod Serling left a whole bunch of good ideas for people like us. Hard to believe he's almost dead 50 years. It just flies by. Thanks for listening. Bye.